This morning, we are talking about this country's child care crisis, and that is definitely the word for it. Millions of American families spend more than a quarter of their income on child care, and that's if they can find it, because since the pandemic began, many facilities have closed. Others are struggling to rehire their workers, and our Meg Oliver talked to parents in the middle of all of this. Meg, good morning.
Tony, good morning to you. We went to Massachusetts and Wisconsin and met with parents battling skyrocketing costs and limited access to child care, forcing them to make tough decisions.
Amelia Emanuel is like so many single mothers.
I start my day between 4:30 and 5. Other foot, I am a single parent. I kind of explained to her, like, we have to share the responsibilities in the morning.
You got the other side?
It gets really difficult just because I can move fast. She can't move fast.
The 33-year-old working mom and college student commutes an hour every morning, so her 4-year-old daughter Eliana can go to this daycare on the south side of Boston.
If you don't have childcare, then you now have to stay home. If you have to stay home, then you can't work. If you can't work, you have no income.
Massachusetts leads the country with the most expensive childcare. For an average family with an infant, it's pricier than some colleges at more than $20,000 a year. Emmanuel applied for a low-income voucher through the state. Instead of paying $250 a week for daycare, she now pays $11.35.
As soon as I got the voucher, I knew exactly what locations I wanted my daughter to be in. Not every location in the better neighborhoods will accept your voucher.
Across the United States, more than 50% of Americans live in a child care desert, meaning there's either no child care or there's more children than licensed care slots. Utah, Nevada, New York, and West Virginia are among the worst. It's a nationwide crisis pushing some parents to the brink.
When this daycare shut down, what went through your minds?
What are we going to do? Who's going to take care of our kids?
So I actually did lose my job.
Sorry, a little emotional.
That's okay.
So yeah, it impacted my performance too much last year.
Could you keep up what you were doing, taking care of your kids and working?
It was hard. Like, I put my family first instead of my job.
Here in Outagamie County, Wisconsin, population close to 200,000, more than 1,200 children are on a wait list for child care. Last November, when this daycare shut down with little notice, full-time working moms Virginia Moss and Tiffany Simon took action.
We had dinner together 2 nights in a row, and we're just running numbers and figuring out what's going to make sense, and we felt like we could do it. Hi.
They bought the building and within 2 months opened Joyful Beginnings Academy, hiring management, 20 daycare workers, and enrolling 75 kids.
Why do we got shovels?
It's a small fix in a desperate area. Their school already has a wait list of nearly 100 kids.
We've seen both sides. We felt the pain both sides. And so now we can go and educate that this is a problem and we need to do something about it.
If Virginia and Tiffany didn't step in and reopen this daycare facility, where would you all be?
I probably would have had to turn around and sell my home, move in with my family.
Really?
Yeah.
And one of us would have probably left our jobs.
What does this child care facility mean to your community?
I think it's bonded our community together, especially living in a neighborhood with a lot of little kids. We all kind of went through the struggle together. When the daycare opened, it was...
Advocates are lobbying Congress to pass the Child Care for Working Families Act so families wouldn't have to pay more than 7% of their income on child care, but affordability is just one part of this huge problem. Then there's the access. So without continued investment and better pay for daycare workers, you can't open up more facilities.
Such a
Thank you,
great
Virginia
story.
and Tiffany. I love the woman in the beginning who summed up what happens if you don't have the job, if you don't have the child care. It all comes.
It's a vicious circle.
Yeah, you can't work. It's such a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And this problem can be fixed. Don't you think,
I mean,
Tony?
the piece of legislation sounds great on the surface. People will have questions, I think, about what it does to tax bills. But we all have an interest in people being able to have kids and families and jobs, right? And the solution is not, you take care of your kids, you stay home. That's not how our economy works anymore. You know, two-income households are the norm. And so we all have a stake in this.
And even if those daycare facilities are provided, they're still expensive.
Very expensive.
You're dealing with rising costs across all, food costs more, gas costs more, and childcare is just another dent in everyone's wallet.
Got to solve it. It'd make the economy hum along a lot better if we did. So, Meg, thank you very much.